Welcome to McGowan's Canvas Miracles. Well, today we're going to, we got a special treat coming up. As you know, I'm always writing every day, and I start the show off with a poem. So today's poem, or writing or prose, however you want to look at it, is this. I pause with the day before it declares itself, in the small republic of breath and quiet, where nothing demands explanation and nothing is refused. The heart leans forward, in me not hurried, not afraid, not to announce itself, but to feel its own shape in the stillness. I lift the cup, the warmth meets my mouth, steam rises like a brief cloud. The body remembers it is allowed to be cared for. Nearby there's some green plants, leaf stem, living insistence, asking only for water and attention. And in tending to them, I'm quietly returning to myself. Basically, every day in the morning, when you pay attention to the things that matter to you and you give a little care, you start your day off on the process of doing something well. And the guest we have today has been, as long as I can remember, from the time my kids were little kids till now they're all full-grown adults. She's always sort of been in and out in our lives in some way, touching the community. And my friend Judy Losier is here.
Oh, you're so nice. Thank you for that, Rob. You've always had a special place in my heart, and all of your family have over the years. So it's a really nice thing to be able to connect with you today and be on your show.
Well, it's a treat. I've been, you're so busy helping the world, it's hard to get a hold of you.
We're all trying to do our best, right?
And we're going to do a painting today as well.
Yeah, I can't wait. The only thing I've ever painted in my life are my nails and my face, so this should be really interesting.
Well, first part's really easy. We're going to take this little brush.
I can do that much.
And we're going to dip it in this water.
Okay, I'm following the leader here. I'm taking your command.
Put a little water over our canvas.
Okay. If I had time, I would join your paint classes, you know. I'm trying to squeeze it all in.
One of these days.
And more water, Rob?
Yeah, so basically what this is going to do is move the paint around the canvas.
All right.
So we're going to take a little yellow.
Okay.
Or a little white, sorry.
This is going to be famous, you know. It's going to be one of those ones that they'll want in the Louvre.
Oh, yeah, for
sure. So
we're going to take a little white on the corner of our brush.
Okay.
And we're going to, right by our sailboat, put a big glob of white. We're not going to worry about painting a cloud. Michelangelo said that the paintings are there. Our job's just to move the rubble out of the way.
Well, you know so much about everything. You're well-read, well-studied, and you like to learn every day, don't you?
I do.
You share a lot, and I've learned a lot from you.
I want to die reading.
You want to? I want to die shopping, and I will. I'll be in the mall, flat out somewhere. There she goes. Yeah. So then above it and around it.
So we want that little white. So this is going to be a center of light that's going to shine out to us.
Okay.
And the rest of it, we're just going to go around and put yellow around it. Yeah.
Okay.
So we're going to start adding some yellow.
My, this is interesting.
Just banging it around, and it's thin enough on our brush that you can still see the drawing of the boat through.
All right. Try not to wipe out the boat while I'm here. Just that reflection, it mightn't be the greatest, but I'm doing my little thing here. First time for everything, right?
Yeah.
Good.
You're doing great.
Yeah.
Looks amazing. And then down below it, we're going to put a little white, and this is going to reflect that white we put up top. So a little bit of white down at the bottom.
At the bottom. And I didn't have much yellow at the bottom.
And then we're going to add some yellow around that white.
Okay.
And we want it darker than the stuff at the top. A reflection is always darker because it's closer to us.
Am I doing this
so think of the water as being close to us. That's why it's a brighter color.
Okay.
So we're going to put a bright yellow in the water.
All right, nice.
And leave it pale in the sky.
Okay.
So already you got a little bit of sunlight
here,
reflecting
I'm telling you,
going
people
down.
are going to be wanting to commission me.
I like it. So see how you got you've got a perfect edge around your boat? So smash up that edge and make it look not man-made. Just bang up the edges so it rubs into the sky a bit.
Like that?
Yeah. And then just clean up the edge, maybe circle strokes with your brush.
Circle strokes.
Sort of clean it up, get rid of any brush strokes. Good job.
Stop.
Amazing.
Don't make fun of me now. You stop.
No, I think
we'll go back to your poem again. I loved it, by the way. Did you write that?
Yes, I write one every morning.
My heavens.
For years.
You man, gifted guy.
So now we're going to take some of this darker yellow ochre.
Okay.
And we're going to paint the outside of our canvas around that yellow.
Okay. We're doing then the one that's behind us, are we?
Yeah. So we're just going to start working our way to the outside of the canvas. Nothing fancy, really easy.
Okay. Real easy. Like
so that's the secret to life and to doing everything, is to keep it simple. Every day we get up and we can think, oh, I got this to do and I got that to do and I got all these things. Or we can say, what's the first thing I'm doing?
Or what's the thing I want to do? What do I want to do?
Well,
Right?
that was one of the main things I wanted to ask you about.
Yes.
So we all know you do tons of charity and so much work and around the clock. I don't know. I think you must have triplets in your family
Well,
because I see you everywhere and every charity. I don't know who all these Judys are.
They've cloned me, Rob.
I
Isn't that a
think so.
scary thought?
So
There's
it's
2 of me
true.
or 3 of me now.
So what drives you to do that?
I think sometimes people just go through life, and I hate to say it, but they're just there, and they don't do a whole lot. They are there, maybe going to work and going home and doing housework and doing little things, and not experiencing the pleasures they could because life is so short. I want to live life not just to exist, but to actually live it to the fullest. I love life. You hear people say, "Oh yeah, I'm enjoying my life," and some people have a very difficult life. But for me, I love life. So I take every day as a chance to do something that's going to be bright, positive, at least one thing that's going to leave me at the end of the day saying, what did I do today? Something I loved.
I like that.
And that could be joining friends. Look at you going. I'm all over the place now with the colors.
Yeah, so it's just white in the center,
Yep.
yellow, and then some yellow ochre on the outside.
Yeah, but I have blue in here now, Rob. You're going to shoot me.
No,
I got the water going on
you're
now.
fine.
No, that's not good.
It's
Okay.
not. Bob Ross would say it's a happy accident. We're going to make that look beautiful.
Yes, sure. Okay. But no, I think I inspire myself. I don't really need other people to inspire me. I've been mentored by some incredible people, such as my parents and
We're gonna
teachers.
switch paintings?
Sure.
We do that a lot during this show.
Can you help me here?
No, this is
You
your
can get rid of
painting.
my. Yeah.
So now you get to let it dry.
That's cheating,
and
isn't
we're going
it?
to talk.
That's cheating, though, isn't it? Now you have
No,
to fix
no.
mine up before we talk.
No, now
You gave
you're
me a
going to
beautiful
talk
one.
and talk about all your the first thing that you ever wanted to do when you first thought I'd like to do something and you had a feeling like, wow, I really enjoyed this.
Public
Can you remember
speaking.
back? Oh, really?
Yeah, from
Do
day
you remember
one.
the event? Which thing you were speaking on, or?
In oratory in elementary school, probably grade 4. We had a teacher say, I'll give you this topic and I want each student. Some were very reluctant to do it because, as you know, some people just are not cut out to be in front of a crowd speaking. And I guess I was born with that confidence. You grow, into yourself and you learn as you go and to be a stronger person. And but I think I was from the get-go very, I was the girl that was going to walk to the beat of my own drum kind of
I like
person.
that.
And so I did. And so when, they said, what do you want to do for show and tell? I'd get up in the desk and sing, Jeremiah was a bullfrog. I had no inhibitions at all. So I thought, well, if I can do that in grade 4, I can do more. So I can speak in public, and it didn't bother me, and I became comfortable. And as I grew into that type of lifestyle of being in crowds and feeling good and sharing stories and being a guest speaker at certain things, it led me to a lot of current events I host. I've hosted for probably 35 years and still am.
It's
I
quite
like to
something,
engage
the
other
amount-
people. I like to up the energy in the room.
For making yourself, I always ask people when you're moving through your day or your week, how do you project? You get up and think, okay, I have a certain goal. I want to be this type of person, or I want to get to this place. How do you present your life in a sense to yourself as you're talking to yourself? Like this is what I want to accomplish, or this is what I want to do. Do you have a set long-term goal, or it's just a everyday goal, or?
No, but I'm creative like you, so I'm always thinking of new things to bring to the community or ways to improve somebody else's life. So I have many friends, like a circle of friends. I know everybody, I think, in the Miramichi. But for those that I feel want to be kind of where I'm at as far as maybe that is something they want to do, break the ice in a room or public speak, I like to take those people that say, I wish I could do that, and say, yes, you can, and let me guide you. So I'm always trying to find at least one person each day that I can show something to that they need help with to better themselves.
I'm going to give you a little brush here.
Okay. Hope it's for my hair.
Yeah, just a little bit of.
Because I'm not really good with the painting.
Let's see, what's the best brush?
I'm
I
glad
have
we
here?
switched.
Oh, we're switching back now.
Okay. You helped me.
Yeah, all I did was smear
You'll
your
know I'll
colors
never make a
around.
living at painting, Rob. Right? I'll have to find something else to be good at.
So your sailboat itself,
Yes.
you're going to take some white.
Okay, which brush am I using now?
You're going to use a little brush like this. Just going to take just a touch of blue. So we want our white to be tinted.
But am I going to take one over there? Little brush?
I'm going to give you this brush.
Okay.
Once I get it going here, I'm just
Okay.
going to show you.
Okay.
So your sailboat, you're going to paint in the sail, each little section.
Sure, okay.
And then, but when you paint it, Just sort of try to fill it in, and you're not trying to get every little dot.
Okay.
One brush full of paint, and you should be able to get the whole sail almost.
Really?
See? And we want to leave those little marks.
Okay.
We're just going down, filling in our sailboat.
It's kind of like coloring. Stay
Yeah.
between the lines.
Yeah. We're going to fill in
I like to live
those
outside the
lines.
box. See, this is why I'm having a challenge.
So you see, but see how I'm leaving that light? So that's going to look like the sail is reflecting the light through it after.
Okay.
So that's all you do, is you just go down and start working on your sailboat.
Okay, let me try this, Rob.
Just filling it in.
Okay.
And whatever I get,
Just
I get.
that one side, though, right?
Just a happy
The
accent.
right side.
To start with, yeah.
Yes, okay.
The other side, the only difference, I'm going to show you here in a minute, is we're going to go downwards on the other side.
All right.
Just
Okay.
creating a different kind of a sail.
This is
It's
not
really
my...
simple design.
This is a very atypical Tuesday for me. You're sitting with Rob McGowan painting.
Having a
Like I
painting-
said, what
painting
else would I be
party.
doing?
My friends, I've never done this yet, but they, some of the people in my class, they went to this party, and they did something really daring. They all sat around the table and painted each other, did a
Oh, that
portrait.
would be great.
It was hilarious.
I'd have
to
somebody's
see.
nose where their eyes belong.
Oh, yeah. So what they did was just made a total mess.
But it would be so
they-
fun.
But they had so much fun, and they learned to...
And you teach how often yourself? Every Thursday?
No, I have a full-time, so I have different classes. We have a
Okay.
coffee shop class at Mill Cove on Wednesday nights where we just teach a technique, maybe how to push a tree into the background or how to paint
Okay.
some leaves. Something
Yes.
simple. It's just a couple hours on Wednesday nights.
Wednesday
Monday night we do a full painting course where you come for 2 hours a week for a month.
Wow.
Every Monday night, and you finish. Right now we're working on this one here, the waves.
That is stunning.
So they'll actually be putting 8 hours into a painting,
It's beautiful.
and we'll discuss all the techniques.
And
from-
Rob, like I said, I know that you're interviewing me, but I just wanted to ask you, are you self-taught?
Yes, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I left home
That
at
makes me
a
feel even
young
worse.
age when I was a little kid, and always had to sort of survive doing
Yeah.
all kinds of gimmicks and crafts and create things and make
You were-
stuff to sell.
You were
and-
born gifted, though.
Yeah, just get some.
Now, this is no beauty,
different
let me
ways.
tell you, but I'm here with you. That's the main thing, right? We're here together,
Yeah.
talking and having fun. I don't have the outline there. Very good.
Yeah.
Poor you. Stuck with me.
That's awesome.
No, stop.
It is. It's beautiful. You have no idea what you've created.
You be funny here.
So now, tell me about the first real challenge like you came across when you were doing something charity work.
I'm so blessed. I don't have something that will come to mind that was extraordinarily challenging.
Well, you just had one.
What?
Losing your parents, things like that.
Okay,
That's
that
it.
type
So
of
you
thing.
can-
I thought you meant
when
with my
that's
workplace
No,
or
no,
loss
no.
of a
So
job.
your work is going
or
great.
struggles at work.
But
Okay.
at the time, they're calling you up saying, Judy, will you come help us do this event? Meanwhile, your mom is passing away or
yeah.
something. So you're
Oh, I
struggling
see
with
what
the
you're-
yin and the yang. Yeah.
Your question is that. So I just thought, like as I was here before, in your seat, hosting a show with Veronica Arsenault, and at one point Audrey, I realized that the time had come that my parents would have to be my priority, that I am the eldest in the family of 4, and I have a sister that lives overseas, one that's very busy with work and has 3 sons, and my brother lives in Fredericton, so I live really close to where my parents lived, where I grew up. So I thought, you know what, there's nothing else matters more at this point than helping and being with them in their final journey. And my dad was sick for a number of years, but he finally passed. November 15th of 2024, and then my mom, so I still have my mom, you know what I'm saying? I lost my dad, but I found my strength, my mother still being there to mourn with, and my siblings. So, but when she was gone, it was like, wow, now it's kind of me. And even though my siblings are growing up and adults and thriving in the world, educated, have jobs, independent, I still feel like the little mother hen. I still feel like the onus is on me to keep things intact and that I'm kind of their rock now, even though I'm not that much older than my brother and my sister, but one's 21 years younger, so I feel like her new mama bear. And I just thought, I can be here and it's only an hour of my time, but then if I say, it's an hour of time to MC an event and an hour of time for the show and an hour of time that I have to commit to an organization that I'm involved with, Rotary or the hospice, then that's going to have to be put aside for now.
Yeah.
I had
that was
less
that
me
was
time.
another question. How do you say no? I have a hard time saying no.
I've learned very well because like you get so many requests when you've lived here all of your life and people know that you're comfortable speaking and that you're one that will liven up any room and has energy. They want to draw on that. So I was depleted of energy at that point somewhat because I was giving it all to my parents who I felt totally deserved it. There was no place I was going to be than with my parents. That was just it for me. So I did what I had to do. I did my housework. I looked after my dog. I did my house chores. I did a little bit of a walking. But after that, it was all about them, their needs.
That's awesome.
That was challenging, though. I worried about what was to come. You're watching them failing.
Your mom and your dad, how did they inspire you in different ways? Was one like a thinker, sort of got you excited about schoolwork? Was one a, go-getter, go build things, hands-on? Like,
well, my dad was just a really true friend because he was so much like me. I think I'm so much like my dad in so many ways that he definitely gave me a lot of my best traits. There was nobody funnier. And I think I have a great sense of humor, which I think laughter is one of the best, as we know, medicines in the world. Dad and I have laughed so hard that I've earned most of these wrinkles through our relationship of laughing and talking. He was a strong rock of a man. And my mother, a teacher, school teacher, so very wise, taught me how to write. She was very creative herself. I guess I possessed that trait too from my mom. They were very loving people.
Welcome back to McGowan's Canvas Miracles. We're here with Judy Losier today. We're having a lot of fun, and we're learning about how to let things go. Sometimes we're always trying to fix things. And
we are.
A painting, like life, is the same thing in class. So every time you touch the canvas, for an example, when I teach some paint class, when you put some paint on and you start to put a color on, so the first time you put a brush stroke, you've got the full, beautiful color. Yep. The next time you touch it, you've taken away some color. The next time you touch it, so every stroke, you're taking away color. So every time you try to fix it, you're actually making your painting worse.
Well, that's no issue with me. Look at that.
So it's just
a miracle on canvas.
We get something on, we go aside, we let her go. And next we're going to start shadowing in the boat. We're just going to take a little bit of this Payne's gray, which is better than black.
Do I clean my brush, Rob?
No, that's fine. Just clean her right out, add a little water.
So.
Right here, this real thin stuff.
The blue.
Yeah. And then our boat, all we're going to do is outline our boat from the bottom, like this here. Just a sheer dark shape of the boat. And every painter, so even in my class, they say, oh, hers is so good, or his is so good, and they're always comparing themselves.
Well, people are better skilled at certain things.
Well, that's what I say to them. I say, you should never compare yourself to anybody else. First of all, if you're trying to paint like the guy who's painted for 40 years, obviously it's not going to be as good.
Exactly. But
you have to sit down and say, this is what I could have done before I started this class, or this painting, or this moment. Did I improve?
Right.
So only ever compare yourself to yourself, never to anybody around you, to anything.
That's a good tip.
And when we learn to do that, we start realizing, oh, I am getting better. Then we have something to look forward to.
But you do have the natural talents for sure at anything. There's always someone that stands out because they're just naturally gifted.
No.
No?
I think it's all just, they're unafraid.
Unafraid's a good word. I'm too timid with this. I'm too much of a perfectionist, Rob.
Some of the
That's
famous
the problem.
stories, like Reggie Jackson, the baseball player, greatest home run hitter of all time.
Yep.
He had more strikeouts than anybody in baseball.
There you go.
So imagine if every time he got up and struck out, went, oh, that's so embarrassing. I don't want to do it. I'm not doing that.
Right.
You know what I mean? But he got up and struck out so many times, hit a home run. And everybody's like, wow, nobody remembers the strikes.
That's something.
Michael Jordan got kicked off of teams, wasn't big enough, missed more free throws than any player.
That's true.
Then he hits them all, and he's game winning. He's giving me the ball. I don't care if I miss. I want the shot.
They're sensational.
If I get it, great. If I don't, I don't.
Perseverance,
but I'm going to take the shot. Yeah. So that's if people could just take the shot.
They'd never give up. Those people never give up.
That's right. And fail.
Awesome.
Everything's on the other side
Failure
of failure.
is important. Failure is important.
You can't do nothing without failure.
Exactly, and we've all failed at something, whether it's a job interview or failed. I mean, I hope I've been a good mother, but I'm sure I failed in some way, somehow, in my parenting skills. I'm trying to think. Maybe I was probably too strict of a mom. I think I was.
Well, tell us about your kids. How they inspire you and you inspire them, and the relationship, and how that gets you through life.
Well, they're my greatest joy, my greatest gift, first of all. So when you have gifts that you absolutely treasure, you look after them the best way you can. It's like a fine jewel, right? Like you want to keep it safe all of the time in a special place. And I always wanted to know where my children were and who they were with. And I totally believe that who they are with and where they go. I'm just watching you.
So I'm just going to put a little bit of shadowing on the top part of this boat here.
Okay, so I'm just saying that I think being a watchful parent and knowing where my kids were at, it provided them with, and my husband was, very consistent with me on what we said and how we like if somebody was going to a house and their parents weren't home and there was a big crowd of teenagers, it would be, well, I don't think that's a good place for you to be. With no supervision, you're only 15 years old or 14, you know, quite strict that way. But that being said, I asked them not too long ago, was I too strict of a parent? Were Dad and I too hard on you guys? And they said, no, we learned to respect. You know, we learned that now we're adults and you kind of groomed us to be mature people, that we learned right from wrong and what could lead to what, and we went down the right path. And they're incredible young men in the way that they're very loving. So, for example, I was at a gala the other night, our own gala, and I had gotten this new pair of shoes. And, you know, my son, my youngest one's 27, and I was having trouble with them, and he just automatically gets down and tries to fasten them for me and says, here, Mom, I'll give you a hand. Like, there's that nurturing. They seem to look after, boys look after their moms in a very special way.
Yeah.
Or they'll just phone me, he'll text me on his lunch break, how are you, I'm thinking about you, how's your day going? They're thoughtful kids. And I find that very lovely that they'll send me a text with their busy lives.
And you've been married a long time.
We've been together, Gerard and I met in 1985, and we'll
Wow.
be 38 years married coming up. So, lucky guy. I tell him every day, October 8th, 88 was the best day of your life. And he wouldn't agree with you, but we're on TV and he has nothing to say about it. So we're going down the middle with the, what color?
Yeah,
Black?
yeah,
Is
just
this
a little
black?
bit of this Payne's gray and make it really watery so you can control it. So the secret.
Oh, yeah, the
So the
secret.
problem is when you paint, when you put your hand on to paint, if people push, you get this
yeah.
fat lines.
Oh, yes.
You don't want to push.
Okay.
You want to have your hand holding you
Okay,
off the
just
canvas
stroke it
so it's
kinda.
barely touching.
All right.
And then you can control this little thin, tiny line. The lighter you, perfect. Look at that.
There. See, you're a good instructor, that's why.
That's as natural as it gets.
That's I'm telling you.
So we're just outlining the sails so we know where they are.
Yeah. But getting back to children, we try to teach them to be humble. No matter what you achieve or what you do, it's graceful to not be a braggy person or to be, I find, and they're not. They're quiet and humble and they're giving, and I'm most proud of that about them, that they're nice boys. You know, they're kind and considerate, and I hear that a lot about my kids, so that makes me very happy.
And how when you watch your kids, and they're obviously you're very proud of them, they're doing great,
They are.
it must make you feel good.
It does, and they're so modest about it. Keep going back to that. My oldest son's a cardiologist, and he has his office. Well, he's at the hospital, but his own office in Halifax. And he is always wanting to learn more. So now he's in Toronto for a 6-month term. From January he started until June, finishing another subspecialty in studying people that have been born with congenital heart issues and how they grow as adults and what happens as they grow with this congenital heart condition. So how to treat it. And he does echocardiograms, and he's very involved with that. But you would never know that he was a doctor to talk to him. I mean, he wouldn't even want to be called doctor. He'd be like, call me Evan. Very, very sweet, but very kind. And I've heard people say to me, I met your son and he was my doctor when I went to Halifax, and he was so gracious and kind, and that makes me feel so good. Bedside manner is important.
I think so too.
I think it's very important. I'd rather have a very brilliant doctor with a poor bedside manner though, but I think Evan's kind of both. He has a really good mind and a really good bedside manner, and that's a good combination.
That is. We're going to take a little black here,
Okay?
and we're going to make a reflection under the boat. And all we're going to do is stagger some lines like this, back and forth. Let the brush just, whatever it creates, it creates.
All
We're
right,
not even
Rob.
going to worry about it.
Okay, Rob. The
And
fun
not
part.
too much, just a few. So try to keep them straight.
Yeah.
So think of this
Water?
like a horizon line.
Okay.
So we want the water to
Oh,
be
yes,
level with the
yes,
horizon
yes,
line.
okay.
So the minute we start to bend our lines, it looks like our water has waves in it or something.
I guess
So-
mine will have. I even see a fish coming to life here somewhere. I'll have to put a salmon in. Look at yours compared to mine. I mean, who is the artist here, right? Who is the newbie?
You're doing great. Oh, what didn't we just say? No comparing.
Okay, we're not. Mine's fantastic. I'm
They
joking.
each got their own different kind of thing
Sure.
going on. So now we're going to take a little bit of that yellow, and we're going to rub some of that into the black, straighten it out.
Oh, this mustard
Yep,
yellow?
mustard yellow. I like it.
I do. It's totally that color too.
So Percy's place
Yes.
is quite the center. Like
It's-
what an undertaking to
Yep.
that whole ordeal and,
The whole
and helping
facility.
people. Tell us first of all, explain what Percy's place is a little bit.
Well, when you look at the family history of medicine, we're looking at 4 generations of medical care to our community, so over a century of the different generations. So it began with Dr. Arthur J. Losier. He was the first family physician, and then he had two sons. One was Dr. Percy Losier, and the other was Dr. Barry Losier. And then, so they each had children as well. So that meant that Gerard was the third generation, as well as there was Dr. Chris Losier, his first cousin, Bud's son, and then there was Dr. Arthur. So Gerard and Arthur are brothers. Then they had children. We have two boys, and Evan's a physician, and Arthur had three children, and one is a dentist, and two are specialty doctors. So within the family, there are like 10.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So the whole scene is about Medicare and medical assistance to our community and people. And there was a great need for palliative care in our community. And Gerard had this vision as to why not put that beautiful 8-bed, state-of-the-art, it was the first standalone in New Brunswick, on the home that his father, Dr. Percy, once owned and raised his 7 children in. And it became a legacy for Dr. Percy that did so much for his community, and it was Gerard's father who he looked up to and shadowed and admired, and they both left such a mark, like his father and Percy's father, all of them, on the community, that we thought this is going to be a beautiful care center. Nobody wants to be in a hospital at their end of life journey. So it's all about palliative care, and those that are meeting those needs going there. And I say they go there to live the rest of their life as opposed to going there to die. It's an idea. People think, oh, palliative care, I'm just going to go because I'm dying. You're going because you have medical problems that are, you're declining in life, your health. However, when you go there, as my mom and dad both did, you get to have quality time with people like myself that can go in there and sit there. It's a very small, ratio, 8 patients and 2 or 3 staff at all times, and volunteers always. But they dote on the patient as if they're their own family. Instead of the hospital where there's crash carts and loud sounds and you're rushing through the parking lot in a winter storm, you just park your car, you can go in, stay as long as you want with your family member. It's free to stay there. So that's a huge thing right there. There's no cost for the care. The meals are provided, and we also say that if you're feeding the patient, feed their family as well. There's no need for you, in other words, to be sitting with your mom, who's very near the end perhaps, and running out for food when we always have enough for everybody. We try to make it very home-like, and just a couple of notes here. I don't know how much time we have, Rob.
Oh, lots of time.
Okay, so I'll just pop into a little bit of history. I jotted down just for the sake of not forgetting anything. So Percy's Place Hospice opened on October 16th, which is my husband's birthday.
Okay.
It was quite nice, 2023. And as I said, it's an 8-bed facility. And since opening, we have supported 338 patients.
Oh, wow.
I know,
That's quite something.
so it's sad, but it's heartwarming too that they had a very special place to go where there's comfort, always being attended to so well by our amazing staff. It's a beautiful facility. There's compassion and dignity.
The fact that it's free,
Yes.
how do you fund something to make that possible?
Well, we
Some
have
of
our
the things you do.
foundation. So we have the
Yes.
Dr. Gerard and Judy Losier Foundation, which was established approximately 2016. And so through our own personal private funding, we run this, operate it year-round, and also with the help, of course, of our beautiful, generous community members. So it would cost to operate it yearly approximately $1.2, $1.3 million. And so of that, we have to give our own money through our foundation, but the community would have provided probably, just say in the last year, probably about $500,000 towards it, which is incredible generosity. And we have so much support in the community, and that's why it's thriving with our funding and their generosity. So we've had 338 patients, but that number only tells a part of the story, Rob, because those 338 patients represent 5,193 days of palliative care provided in a setting designed for comforts outside of the hospital environment. So that means that 5,193 days of relief to our hospital system, 5,193 days where hospital beds were freed for emergency care, surgeries, and acute treatment. Think about that. And it means also thousands of days where individuals and families experience a different kind of care, one that focuses not on curing, but on comfort, presence, and peace. And that's what we're all about. So Yeah, that's basically what I wanted to say. So when we looked at what this means financially, the impact is significant because a hospital bed can be well over $1,000 a day, depending on what the required level is of need. And so when we multiply that, 5,193 days, Percy's Place has helped reduce hospital costs by an estimated $5 million.
Wow.
Yeah. It's a wow. And the fact is, the other big thing that people may or may not know is that even though there's a government funding funneling into this area for hospice care, Percy's Place doesn't receive a cent of it. So we're just very grateful that we're able to provide through our foundation and through the community donations. And we've had many events that so many people have turned up for. And it's an incredible, rewarding thing to know that there's such a place in Miramichi.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Like,
it's beautiful.
and I'm glad you came in because I don't think people understand how it all works.
No, they don't.
And it's nice to sort of clear the air about all that stuff.
And where it came from,
Yeah.
like it's a need in our
It's
community.
actually, it's a blessing, and the fact that you guys are, the effort that goes into doing something like this,
Yes.
and the hours and the
Hours.
It's crazy. Well, thank you. We're gonna switch again.
Well, I didn't do the bottom part.
No.
I like how you did
So
that.
now what
water.
you're going to do is you're going to paint over the whole thing.
Oh,
put
that's
it back
great.
on there, and you're
Okay.
going to take this little thin blue here, and you're going to put a wash over your whole painting like this.
Okay.
Over the whole painting. Really, let's get it watery though. We want it really thin because we're going to wipe it off once we get it.
Okay.
So that's going to be your next job. It's just sort of
We're not
wash out
blending
things.
this, are we? Are we mixing
No,
this in
just
at
use
all?
this here already
Okay,
watered
you did
down.
it.
Yeah. I'm gonna take
Okay,
it off
Rob.
here.
So again, go from the outer corners.
Do the whole page. Just cover the whole page. Now,
Like
don't
that?
do it like that.
No?
Brush.
Down.
Yeah, let's create an atmosphere, something starting to blend down.
Let's
There
create
we
a
go.
masterpiece for sure.
Beautiful. And go right from the edge of the canvas. We want to get the whole canvas covered in
Oh my.
this faded sort of thing. What this is going to do is tie everything together.
Okay.
It's like a gradient wash that's going to make everything look like it's in the same tone,
Oh yes.
which is kind of neat. And even this. So when you got something like this, so you're close, it's just simple things. So here it's just a matter of blending the lines so they look straighter, like the horizon line. So if we just straighten them out just a touch. All I did was straighten the line out, changed everything.
See, you're just a pro. This is just like brushing your teeth. For me,
Yeah.
it's like having a root canal. No, seriously.
So we'll take your sail here. So I'm not going to get fancy. So the sails come down like this, and we'll throw that sail into the water real quickly. And I'll go around. I'm going to throw another sail into the water over
Yours
here.
is beautiful. Not quite there.
And then I'm going to take your water, and I'm just going to blend it out a bit. Go back and forth. Add some of the color that was in the sky before.
I'm
up
not
there.
paying attention close enough to your blacks and your
No, don't worry about that. You just put the blue on.
this one.
This is your painting. Yeah, I'm just touching up here
This
a little
one?
bit. Yeah, you just keep putting that wash of blue on.
Okay, but you have it nice and dark underneath the.
Oh yeah, that's after. I'm going to show you how to fix that. No,
Don't do that.
don't work on that.
No, don't do that.
Yeah, this is just to straighten
Isn't that
out your
unique?
horizon
Mine's
lines.
very unique. So I'm just.
It is. Look at this. You did great.
You're so sweet not to say how terrible I am. You can though.
Nobody is terrible.
I'll go away, Rob.
That's not the way it works.
You're just hilarious.
We're at each level. Each of us is at a different level,
I'm at a level below zero.
and you're having fun.
Am I?
So now you get your painting back.
Am I having fun?
This is your one.
Yeah, well, you get the bummer. Sorry. You have to fix up my black.
So I'm just going to show you something here. So where you put we'll take this out here.
Sure.
Paint this water back in. Just
This
look.
is- this is
so
just
this is simple reflection. So if you go
Oh, that's
down
pretty.
and then just go sideways,
That's beautiful.
you've all of a sudden got a reflection. Just
Beautiful.
4 down strokes,
Yeah.
a couple side strokes, it's a reflection.
Wow.
The sail, we took the sail and we put the sail in. Just threw it in. We're not trying to get anything fancy here, just the sail.
It's a good thing we're not.
Put a sail here, reflection of that one. Nothing too much. And then if we do the same thing, all of a sudden we got a reflection
That's
of the sail in the
so
water. See?
beautiful.
Simple things.
Simple for you.
Then, if we take a little blue and we come over the top with water,
I'm not even-
watch what happens to that.
I can't even do this anymore. I'm too intrigued.
Yeah, watch what happens to the reflection.
Oh.
It looks like it's moving down underneath the water, the
Yeah.
surface.
It does.
And I didn't do anything hard, just a couple of strokes here and there, just throw it in.
That's so pretty.
So the black part we were doing, do we even have black here?
You have a whole shop with your supplies at home. Do you an art room
Oh,
in your
yeah,
home?
yes.
You have a
I
little
have,
gallery?
I have one in the bottom of Life Radio, I have one in the Nordian Center, and I have one in my hallway at my house. So
Never without a paintbrush.
there's always art close by that I'm working on.
I think that's grand. What's your favorite thing to work on? What's your favorite, like, you have
Not
scenery,
painting.
you have a lady there. I love people. I love seeing people walking in the rain.
Sometimes portraits and things like that. But for me, doing a piece of art, it's whenever I'm trying to design something, thinking about how will the class gain something out of this painting? How will it make you feel compelled, like I could do this? So I'm always trying to bring it down to something less, easier to do, something.
Yes,
that they
because you
can
have to remember
implement
you're the
fast.
expert and we're the beginners.
Yeah, so I try to keep it as simple. And then when I do come up with something, I say, wow, they're going to be able to do that.
Yep.
And they're going to be so shocked when they see their painting.
And they're happy.
Yeah, and the looks on their faces and
Pride.
stuff. And they always start out. So a little bit of the black from the boat.
Well, I'm just watching you at this point.
Touch up the black on the boat here. And we'll just leave that boat go.
You must get an awful lot of mess, do you? Like always changing clothes and getting stains on things.
Everything I own has paint on it. And, I have
I
the
can imagine
worst
you don't want to wear really
wardrobe.
nice clothes.
There's just like a dot here
Well,
and there.
that's why I
and
won't
everything.
paint. I like my clothes too much. See, I'd ruin them. That's why I'm never going to take it up.
So this blue that we put on, this wash,
Yes.
I'm just going to show you here simply.
Sure.
No, keep that one.
Okay.
Just going to continue that wash over. So this wash you were putting on,
Yeah.
I'm just going to show you what it was
This.
going to do. So when I put this wash on, then we take this cloth and we wipe it off. See, like this. And what this does, it puts everything in an atmosphere.
Oh yeah, Rob, stop. Me.
See? So now the painting,
Do you have a worst student award?
a worst student
Yeah.
award.
Do you have like a do you have such a thing?
No.
Can we create that today? I give Judy Losier the prize for being the worst painter I've ever had on this show.
You know, it's like I say, we can't be masters at everything.
It's not that. I'm not a very good sport. Like I mean, what I'm saying is I'm not competitive, and I don't try to be the best at anything because I know it's not going to happen. But that's beautiful, yours. I don't have to hold mine
This
up
is
to
yours.
it.
You took
Oh, yeah.
mine. Look what you did to mine.
Oh yeah, that's
See?
mine,
Oh,
Rob.
pass me mine
with the
back.
help of Rob McGowan.
You won't know by the end whose is whose.
Sure. No.
That's the way we like it. So
Well,
let
isn't
that dry for a
yours
minute.
is lovely.
So how do we make yours? We're going to take a short break.
Okay.
While we let these dry a bit because we have to put the next layer on. And we'll be right back with McGowan's Canvas Miracles for our final segment. Welcome back to McGowan's Canvas Miracles. We're here today with Judy Losier, having just a blast. I'm having so much fun. You know what we're going to do next?
What's that?
You know?
Frame them.
Oh yeah, frame them. We're all set. We're going to play with some knives.
Oh my.
Just take away that whole ability to brush and mess it up.
Okay, Rob. You're
So
the
this is
teacher.
good. So we're going to take
Sure.
this here,
Yep.
and we're going to create some leaves.
Oh.
So what we're going to do, so the problem with anything with painting, with all my students, it's not just you, it's all of them. When they're beginning, they all have this idea of how things should be.
Yes.
If you go into an airport, you've probably noticed this a bunch of times. You go through the airport, you see these beautiful paintings, and if you go walk up close, there's like these globs of paint, and you're
Sure.
like,
I know.
and then you have to walk back and look at it again.
Right, right.
When you're up close, all you see is the globs. So when you're painting as an artist, you have to realize that this is going to look different as you hold it back, and it's going to have a whole different effect to it. So
Cool.
we're going to take a little bit of white,
Yes.
a little bit of this yellow ochre, and so we got a mixture there
Okay.
on our knife.
All
We're
right.
going to grab it,
Yep.
and we're going to go like this. We're going to put a little leaf here and there.
Is this your greatest hobby or is it writing? Which do you prefer?
I've grown to love writing so much because it's like a soul soother for me.
It is. And you said through those dark times that was you releasing all of your emotions with the pen.
Yeah. Well,
on
there's things you
paper.
can't say, right?
No.
Like there's things that we
Right.
feel. You know,
That's
we
right.
might feel a deep regret for something, but we can't tell that
Can't
person,
express
or we
it.
can't, or there's someone you love a lot and you can't tell them. There's things you have inside you that you want to say that you can't.
That's right.
But poetry is a place where you can sort of put it in a metaphor and spread it out and say it in a way that
I've done
I can
that
get
too
it out.
with my poem I've written for my mom on Mother's Day. It was how I felt about her. It was written, and one for my father. And my mother was alive to hear the one I wrote for my father. She said, "Oh, that just makes me so happy that that's what you felt about your dad, and that you were able to express it through what you wrote. And so it made her really happy. She closed her eyes, listened to it, she said, would you read it to me again? So I saved both the one I wrote for her and for my father, and they're kind of like a little treasure I keep to remind me of how special each one was. But grief is another thing we have to contend with every day, of course, when you're at a hospice. Some people are there for 2 days, some are there for 2 weeks, some are there for months. It's just depending on their condition. Mm-hmm. And sometimes when the family loses a member, you're there at that very, very most difficult time of their lives. And as you said, sometimes there aren't any words. No. It's just, you just embrace them because you cannot put into words how bad you feel for their loss.
No, and there's no words can console anybody, right?
No, and I mean, I find what makes me more emotional is when people are telling me how wonderful my parents were. Oh, that's pretty. So what'd you do, take some of this?
Yeah, I just threw a little orange in just to try something different. Why not?
So, Rob, that's the thing about grief, is that we all grieve in a different way. And some people love to be, I don't know what your thoughts are on grief, but I like to be alone during my grief.
I just blubber and cry a lot.
But do you like to be around people?
No, because
neither do I.
I just want to go somewhere and cry.
Yeah, be alone with your emotions. Mm-hmm. And you know when it's time to come out and socialize again or brighten up, but it just takes nothing to make you cry. I could be driving here to meet you today and do the show, and a song will come on that was just one that registered with me when maybe I was 16 and shopping with my mom and driving in the car, and that will set me off crying.
Oh, for sure.
Or Dad with Johnny Cash, and he loved to play the guitar. My dad loved to jam. He could play the piano by ear. He could play the violin. He could play guitar. He was so gifted. And I see, other people doing that in the community, and I think, wouldn't my father appreciate this? And it makes me cry. It's just all those little things.
Recently, one of my aunts had died.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And my cousin, her daughter, and they were really struggling with the whole death of their mom and the whole thing. And she messaged me and she said, Rob, I just don't know how I'm going to live. Like, I don't.
Aww.
Mom was always there. I always went to Mom's. Mom always was
there. She knew what to do with herself.
Yeah, she said, I don't have that anymore. I said, but you do. I said, what your mom gave you was 60 years or whatever age she was. Every time you went to your mom, you gained a memory.
That's right.
You talked, you spent time together. And as long as you're alive, your mom's alive.
Yeah.
Because her memories are in you, and sometimes you'll tell that story, or you'll be driving along, or you'll be sharing it with your kids or your grandkids. And she'll always be alive through you. So you're more together now than you've ever been.
That's beautiful.
Because she's always there with you, yeah.
I think, I've had friends that have lost their parents really young. I have one friend that lost her mom at 16. And here I am with my mom that just passed at 90. And I would never say it to her, but this is how I really feel in my heart, is that the longer you have somebody, the harder it is to let go, because you've created that many more decades of love and bonding and conversation and doing things together. You've created so many years more than that poor soul that lost their mom. They missed out. They got robbed.
And how are we going to get used to that, right?
Yeah.
That
so
feeling.
A loss is a loss, whether you're 16 or 60, your mom or your dad or your husband or your child. It doesn't matter when you love somebody, your grandparent. But that being said, I go back to how fortunate I have been to have had all those years with such incredible people.
And I say to myself even, I say, who do I still have in my life?
Mm-hmm. Me.
How have I?
Your painting art.
Have I reached out to them in what way?
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
What have I done lately to spend time with my daughter or talk to her, or my mother, or my father, or my brother, or my son? The people that when they're gone, I'm going to feel terrible. So while they're here,
enjoy every minute.
Mm-hmm.
I always say, we'll have to get together for a coffee to a friend, or we'll have to do a day trip, or we'll do a spa day, or we'll just hang out and maybe have some popcorn and chat. Mm-hmm. I've started doing that. I've started making time for people in my life that I care about, that I enjoy, and I want to catch up with. And it's just, if you say it, do it.
There's an old Gordon Lightfoot song, Rainy Day People, I always listen to.
Oh, he was great.
And Rainy Day People said uncle who would just show up out of the blue. In the old days when we all drank, he'd be the uncle. He showed up with this bottle of scotch or whatever it was, but he always hung out, come back, and we'd have big chats or play the guitar, or I had another uncle, before he passed, he used to show up with donuts on a weekend.
Yeah,
on a Sunday, just out of nowhere. He would just show up with these donuts or something, and we'd have big chats. So
you remember that as they were larger than life to you?
Oh, yeah. So those were the great moments, and I think, who am I bringing donuts to? Who am I dropping by with the simple things can change the life. I was in the goodie shop one day, and this lady, she's coming out. She's got a tray of dishes, and she's hair cap on. She's sweating. She's, I think she was Ukrainian, yeah, and she looking really upset, just like, this life just sucks. Having one of those moments, right? So I was sitting at the counter having breakfast, and I thought, what can I do to cheer this lady up? So I said to her, I leaned over the counter and I said, did you dance this morning?
Oh.
And she looked at me like, who is this retard kind of thing, right? And then she says,
did you dance this morning?
Yeah. She says, I don't dance. I said, you have to dance because it'll change your life. I said, the world around you gets brighter when you dance.
Yeah, it does, or music.
And she said, I have 5 kids, Rob. I don't dance.
Oh,
like, real funny. And I stood up. I said, you don't dance? Act like a total idiot. I started doing this little dance at the counter, this funny little goofy dance.
But that made her day.
And so she kept, so the waitress starts laughing. The table behind me is laughing because it's the most ridiculous dance ever. Even the owner, Nelson's laughing and everybody's having, and she starts to laugh and she just shakes her head and she goes back to the kitchen. But every time I go into the coffee shop, she runs out, she says, Rob, I made you some cookies and I have this thing.
You turned her life around that day. Like you turned a bad day into a good day just by doing some simple little happy thing.
Well, I think the idea is to get us thinking about, my day is important. So start it off something special. Have a feel-good moment when you start your day.
Yes. I think if you say and do something nice for somebody, there was this young boy that volunteers at Percy's place, and he was serving at the dinner. Our first Percy's Gala happened on the weekend, and that was fabulous. It was a fundraiser. It was sold out. It was at Tyrus Infinity. Everybody was dressed beautifully. The jazz band was playing. Bill Campbell trio from St. Andrews area and Fredericton, and they were beautiful. That saxophone and everything was just so elegant, and great meal, and was joyful. And there's this one boy that volunteers at Percy's place as well, but he was in the lineup serving. So I thought, there's that young kid, not just on a Saturday night out with his friends, probably 16 years old, but here doing good work in our community again. So I went over to him and I said, I appreciate what you do so much. And he said, well, thank you. I said, you could be out with your girlfriend, you could be out, at a movie, or you could be out playing hockey, but here you are, serving a whole evening of catering and dishes and bringing dinners to people. And it just put a big smile on his face. Wow. I said, I appreciate what you do because I truly do. And I think amazing. If you tell people and show appreciation, that they're willing to be more on board with you when you say, can you help me? Sure, you help me, I'll help you. Point out when
somebody does something good or something like that.
I love pointing out people.
Never compare what you do to what I do. Everything, I try to spend my time noticing what you do.
Yes.
And say, well, that's pretty important. And why is that special? And point it out to them. And what can I learn from it?
I think I'm too much, though, complimenting people because I do it from my heart, from a genuine place. But I want to tell you about our boutique's going really well, Percy's Place Boutique. So it's where the old Salvation Army building was, which is perfect because it's on the square in Newcastle, just off of it by Solby's and the liquor store. So it's full of amazing buys from children's to teenagers to men's and ladies. And soon we're going to be doing like houseware things and paintings by Judy, Losier, and Rob McGowan will be top sale items. But it's great because the whole family gets to have a deal. You can go in there and suit your 5 children for school for maybe $50.
Wow.
A top for 3 and pants for 6 and a jacket for 10. And so it's really lovely, and it's another way of supporting our hospice facility. More revenue.
So what we're doing here.
What are we doing here?
Is we're trying to make that light more appropriate.
Well, you're doing it. I'm just enjoying it. I'm enjoying watching you do both paintings.
So highlighting what you did here. So remember when you did your painting, it was all right?
With the brush, you want me to do this?
Yeah, so just take this. Nope, with this one here.
Okay.
So just paint black here. So see where it's black here? Just paint from here, this sort of corner, just make
black?
some brush stroke, yeah.
And where's your black paint?
Right here.
All right.
Just paint some black.
That's it?
Yeah, so a little bit down here. So it's basically this corner of the page.
I got a little bit of orange in there, but that's okay.
That's always a happy
keep going,
accent,
keep going.
That's good, yep.
Okay. I'll have to teach you next class, Rob. When's your next?
I'll
be taking you students pretty soon. Yes.
Then we're going to put a little bit
we'll
up
do
in
a painting in the dark.
Painting in the dark. Oh, there's an idea for a class.
That's a great idea for me. I'll be the first one there.
Play a little Bruce Springsteen.
Oh, I love Bruce Springsteen. And I love music, period. Is that one of your joys in life? Because it's certainly one of my greatest joys.
I love to sing and play the guitar. Yes, I play and sing.
I just dance around the house while the dog looks at me like I have 3 heads, but I find such great joy in music, and I like a bit of everything. I like everything from the old Patsy Cline to Rihanna to Fleetwood Mac.
I love Fleetwood Mac.
I love
I remember
Alanis
seeing you in the
Morissette.
play. Remember the Fleetwood Mac and play from, what was that play you did?
Oh,
You
did
with my
I?
daughter. You and my daughter did a play together.
Mamma Mia.
Mamma Mia, yeah.
That was
yeah.
ABBA.
ABBA, yeah.
Right,
ABBA,
right,
yeah.
right. We did
But,
that, and your daughter's so talented too.
That was something to watch. Fun to watch you guys up there. You
was
just shined on the
fun.
stage, so it was great.
Well, we're having fun in life, right?
Yeah.
But music to me is one of my best pick-me-ups of, I could be having the worst day if I turn that radio on, and I listen to your radio station as well, and learn something, your great messages there.
On Life
about
Radio?
life. Yes, I do.
I love Life Radio.
I'll pull my car over in the parking lot. I was grocery shopping one day, and on you came with this beautiful, enlightening message about being yourself and true to others. You can't go wrong by being authentically yourself, and I think I'm unapologetically myself. So it meant something for me to just be and do what you want to do
That's awesome.
and lead your own way.
I like that.
It's true. I don't follow people.
You're going to take this knife and you're going
Yep.
to put a little smear of white somewhere here. Create
Very
some
nice.
light.
Very
Create some
nice,
light.
Rob. You're so good at this. You think you've done it before.
A couple times.
Do your children take after you in the way of the arts department? I know Naomi's extremely bright with her acting. Is she a writer as well?
Oh, she writes and
And
puts together a lot of plays.
she's
But
and
she's she runs theater in Brunswick and a bunch
Oh.
of different things now in Fredericton. So
theater in New
she's
Brunswick.
yeah, she's got
Ever gifted?
3 different companies she's working with out there now, putting plays together. And
She probably works with one of my directors, which is a long, long time ago, Ilke Silk. She may be retired now, but she was a theater director
Oh,
of
definitely,
St.
yeah,
Thomas, and she's a legend.
yeah, she
The
would have for
iconic
sure.
Ilke. And to think of those generations, you know, me being there from 79 to 83, and now your daughter being, what, 27?
Yeah.
And going through the same things I did way back when. I love to see that.
Oh, she's.
It's like a little me. It's like looking back and doing the things I did when I was her age. I'm all over the
I
place.
love this.
No, it's terrible.
No, that's
don't
good.
lie to me, Rob.
No. But now,
Can we do this?
leave that.
Okay.
Now what you're going to do is you're going to take some of that light.
Some of that.
We're going to play with that, what you just did. So you're
I
happy
love
with it?
yours.
Which one's mine? I don't even know
You
anymore.
stop. You've been so helpful to me that
have
you've
no
really
idea which
created
one we're
both.
working
But
on.
I'll just say I did something. I did
So we're going
a
to take
leaf.
the same reflection you got on top. You're going to put a smear here, and then a smear of the yellow under it, so it's in the reflection. And then we're going to do
So
some.
say that again. Smear it up.
So smear the white. So you got a chunk of white there. So now we need a chunk of white here for reflection.
Oh, I got orange in there.
That's all right. And then take some yellow and put under that and rub
I'll
it
take a
into
little bit
the
more
white.
white, maybe? You think? I'm doing my own. See, I've walked to the beat of my own drum. Now I got the blue in here.
That's fine.
The water's invading
Take a big
it.
chunk of yellow,
Yep.
put it underneath there.
Here?
Yeah, right from there down. Beautiful.
Beautiful, all right.
Now we're going to take this brush. Nope, that's it now. And we're just going to touch it a little bit. Create a bit of a wave.
My goodness. I think I'll stick to my music and my reading and my shopping. This is
did
not my
fine.
niche.
There, you got a reflection going on.
But I do
Perfect.
love art. I really do. But it's something that you don't want to gift anybody because everyone has their own personal taste, right?
Oh yeah, that's
I
just
mean, I think, oh, that person would love that. I see a bare wall in my sister's home. That would be so gorgeous, but she might not like
yeah,
it.
she might think, oh,
But any of the ones behind me would be divine to own. What do you think? Are we?
I'm working on philosophy paintings now. My newest paintings coming out. So what I want
would
to do.
that be?
So, in one painting, there's an older man, and he's got a bowl, and he's passing it to a young girl, and she's passing him a bowl full of food. So you think this girl is feeding the homeless, but the man, his bowl is actually a wabi-sabi. It's a bowl made in Japan, and it's a flawed bowl with a gold crack in it, and it's a whole philosophy lesson because in Japanese art, in kintsugi, they teach that the old put back together is more beautiful than
That's
the new.
right. I remember that.
So he's actually passing her this lesson in the bowl, and you don't notice it unless you know the
So it's
painting.
broken, and he's
Yeah,
putting the
it's
pieces
broken.
back
It's
together.
no, the bowl is put back together, and it's all got the gold inlay. It's a beautiful bowl. So the bowl itself is the lesson. The empty bowl
Yeah.
and the worn out with the gold
Yeah.
is the Japanese lesson that you're paying attention to. The
So you
wabi-sabi.
read, you look at philosophy, and you take a piece of philosophy, and
Mm-hmm.
then your creative mind puts that into the form of art.
Yes, yeah.
We have
yeah.
a story to tell.
I try to think of that.
That's
yeah.
so
In my
cool.
writing or in my when I'm reading these things or the Tao Te Ching. So when I'm studying the Tao, so on the first page it'll say something like the very first verse. It says, "Once you know the way, you've lost the way," which is an amazing line.
Once you know the way, you've lost the way.
Which tells
Means
us
you're
about
always
everything.
learning the way.
Yeah.
Right.
So some of the flaws with our church system and the things that we do is they say, "This is it. I can't learn anymore." And once you've done that, there's no room to grow or expand
Exactly.
or bring people in from all around. So
I
I've
like
always thinking, no, we don't know the way, we're learning the way.
Every day.
Yeah.
There's something to learn.
And it's philosophy and it's all
I'm still learning
connected.
so much.
Oh, I
At
know.
my age, I thought, and the shock factors. I thought, well, this world is changing so fast. There's so much ugliness out there as far as hatred and things go, and you and I are not about that at all. We're about love. And I think as long as we stick to being kind people, and that's all we can do as an individual is to do our part, and then at least there's two of us in the world doing something, and if we show the way to our kids that that's the way to be, then that's two more and two more and two more.
And it rubs off.
Well, I hope so. That's what we taught our children, is to always be kind and never to bully, and don't ever put anyone down because they're equal to you. You might have just had more opportunity, but they're no less, wonderful than you are. And I've always told them to be kind to other people, no matter what.
I think the painting turned out pretty good.
Well, yours did. Well, you did both, basically.
Which one's mine?
This one, isn't it? You have more flowers.
We had fun.
We had fun.
And then we've come to the end of a show.
I
Can you
know, and
imagine?
I love spending time with
I
you.
know,
It was
we
a
could have
joy.
done this for hours. For
Well,
all
we
day
could.
long.
We'll just
Yeah.
have to get rid of the cameraman.
Oh,
We'll
yeah.
just sit here and have
Just
coffee.
sit there and have fun and enjoy it, for sure. We'd love to do
Thank
more
you
of
for
that.
having me. It's been a pleasure.
Well, I want to thank you, and there's so much you've done in our community and helped us out, and any chance you can run for mayor?
Not a hope in you nowhere.
Just
I'd rather
kidding.
paint.
I'd rather paint. I have the same
And I would do a better
feeling.
job at painting, and that's pretty saying something than I would be as a mayor. But I
Well,
love people. I just hope whoever comes in does good things.
Yeah, I hope so too. Well, we're always supporting them and having them on and talking to them and nudging them a little bit. So I want to thank you for coming in and spending a little bit of time with us and
You're
having
very
a
welcome.
good laugh and all the great things you're doing in the community. And go out and support Percy's Place and make a difference and help somebody. It doesn't take much. Go buy a T-shirt.
Just remember when your loved one's in need of that, end
Yeah.
of life care, that you're going to get the best care there, for sure,
It's
that they
amazing.
deserve. Thank you.
Judy.